Are you ready to break free from the chains of self-doubt and step into your true potential as a leader? If you are listening, I want to invite you to ask two questions that I teach my clients to ask to be noticed and no longer be underestimated and overlooked in their careers. I am a leadership coach and I specialize in working with women and leaders who have felt underestimated, who've had to claw their way to where they are today, and who are looking for a seat at the table where valuable decisions are being made, and who want to create a fulfilling career and life. And I help them achieve that. Why? Because my why is to fulfill my potential. And as I do that, I help my clients and my son Kyle fulfill theirs. So there are two questions that I want you to start asking your management, your leader, your mentor, your sponsors. And those two questions are the questions that I teach my clients and that have helped them to no longer be underestimated, which opens up opportunities for them and allows them to position themselves for the next role, for the next level. And that doesn't necessarily mean the next level in the organization. It could simply mean the next level of professional and development growth, as well as the new level in the organization. The first question to ask your manager, and I was able to do this since I started my first job out of college, is how can I add the most value? This question basically says to your manager, this person is going to be a positive squeaky wheel. This person is not going to come in every day, do her job, and go home and be happy with that. This person's one of her human needs is growth, and she's looking for it. So whenever someone else comes to your manager and talks about an initiative, or your manager has an initiative in mind, they're going to be thinking about you. You will be top of mind versus the person who comes into work, does her job, goes home, and every day is Groundhog Day. When you raise this question intentionally and let your manager know that you are interested in adding the most value at your capacity, a couple of things are going to happen. Your manager will begin to give you assignments or propose to you different assignments. That's when you have to be uber strategic. And I'm going to give you this insight that most of us may not have gotten yet. The insight is we don't say yes to everything. Let me repeat that. We don't say yes to everything your manager proposes that you work on as an added initiative. Here's why. If you say yes and it's something that doesn't appeal to you, you're not going to do well and it's going to backfire. And instead of you getting to promote your personal brand, people to get to know how you work and how you collaborate, you're going to be doing something that really depletes your energy and you're going to show up small, shrunk, and you won't perform well. And that will then tarnish your personal brand. It will do the opposite effect of uplifting you, is going to lower your personal brand. And so we don't want to say yes to things that we believe are not going to be using our best skill sets. I'll give you an example. I remember when I was a manager, I was working for an asset management firm, and my mentor and my manager, who was excellent, came up to me and said, Ginny, I would like for you to consider running the business objects team here at our company. And I gave it some thought, and I thought to myself, running the business objects team is not really in my wheelhouse. There's really nothing about it that I would be thrilled about every day. And so I went back to my manager and I said, thank you so much for thinking of me. I don't see myself thriving as somebody leading the business objects team. And my manager graciously said, no problem. I'll keep you in mind. Why? Because I kept saying, how can I add the most value? So a little later on, my manager had another need, and he needed someone to be the project manager for the technology projects for the institutional team. And when he said to me, how would you like to do that? I said, yes, I would love to do that, because project management was in my wheelhouse. It was in my zone of genius. Running business objects reports and a team that runs business objects reports was not. And so saying no strategically will allow you to leave yourself open for the opportunities that come up that are aligned with your zone of genius. And that's an insight that sometimes, especially women, it's hard for us to learn because we sometimes have a problem saying no. And I just got off my mastermind call, and that was a discussion we were having. The fact that for many of us women, saying no is very crunchy, and we don't want to disappoint, and we in a way want to please. And as a result, we end up saying yes to so many things that our plates are overflowing. We put ourselves at the bottom of the list, deprioritizing our own needs, even our self-care in the process. So when we say no strategically, it's an advantage for us, while leaving the door open by continuing to share that. How can I add the most value? So that's the question number one. Question number two is having an empowering conversation with your manager and bringing up the question, how can I continue to grow? And your manager, hopefully he, she, they are in touch and are caring and have noticed where you thrive and where you can improve. We'll share with you the areas where you can continue to grow professionally. They may also take this question as, how can I continue to grow within my team? And think about you and expanding your responsibilities so you can continue to grow once you've had a good handle of what you do day to day. There is always that chance that you haven't mastered what you're supposed to do on a day-to-day basis, and you're asking for more stuff. And if that's the case, you manager, if you happen to be a manager and somebody were to ask you the question, how can I continue to grow, is let's work on improving the things that you currently do, and let's think about what other things you can do above and beyond once you master those. Okay, so that could be the two different ways in which this could go. Here's the ways to continue to improve on what you currently do, and here's new things you can do to improve on your skill set above and beyond what you do. So how do these two questions help you? How can they support you in raising your own advocacy, raising the self-awareness of your manager about what you want to do in your career? How can this help you grow and advance in your role? As you can see, when you patch together all these different strategies and tools that I'm showing you, how can you see that this is going to be valuable for you and that will help you advocate for yourself, will help you carve a path forward in the direction that you want to take yourself and your career, and will help you to add the most value to your environment? And when you do, you will begin to see all the benefits, financial, emotional, spiritual benefits of showing up at your best, doing your best, not perfect, always aiming to add the most value to your environment. That's how we grow and advance in our roles. If you want to connect with me and explore the programs that we have here at Executive Bound, you can always do that at callwithginny.com. And if you want to know what we're up to, visit us at executivebound.com/events so you can find out what's next and how you can engage with us and keep learning. Live with purpose, live with joy. I'll see you soon.